want some more, nigga.
Listen up, check it out. Listen up, check it out. Listen up, check it out. Apologies, I probably sound like a doofus right now. I do have a cold, so I sound really stuffy, and I definitely hate hearing myself right now. So on June 25th, we finally get to know who wins the NBA awards, who wins the MVP award, who wins the Sixth Man award, who wins Most Improved, and who wins Rookie of the Year. The video I'm bringing you today is not necessarily who I believe should win the award, but who I think will get the award, but I will mix my opinion throughout. So without further ado, let's get the boring ones out the way first. The first award, Most Improved Player. Victor Oladipo, Clint Capella, Spencer Dinwiddie. Now, Most Improved is the weird one for me because I feel like players who are supposed to get better shouldn't be awarded with this. Oladipo was supposed to be an all-star eventually in his career. I don't think he should be awarded a Most Improved Player. I think it should go to people who have struggled throughout their career and somehow got randomly better. Someone like Marvin Williams or Earl Clark or some shit like that. I don't know. So anyway, Most Improved Player. Oladipo averaged 23.1 points per game, 4.3 assists, 5.2 rebounds, 2.4 steals, while shooting 48% from the field. Clint Capella averaged 13.9 points, 11 rebounds, and 2 blocks, while shooting 65% from the field. Spencer Dinwiddie averaged 13, 7 assists, 3.2 rebounds, shooting 39% from the field. If you ask me, I do believe Spencer Dinwiddie should get it because no one expected him to be good. But the clear winner here is obviously going to be Victor Oladipo. I do feel Victor Oladipo does deserve it as well, though, because people were ready to write him off because he was trash on OKC. And the main reason why he was trash on OKC was because Westbrook doesn't pass the ball. So it's that simple. Oladipo, Most Improved Player of the Year award. So now we got Sixth Man of the Year award. The candidates are Lou Williams, Fred VanVleet, Eric Gordon. Now this award is also kind of strange because there are players who are capable of being starters on a winning team, but people use them as a utility off the bench. For example, Lou Williams, we all know that guy can be a starter on any NBA team. Eric Gordon, we all know he can be a starter on any NBA team. Fred VanVleet, I'm not so sure. So who wins the Sixth Man of the Year award? It's clear. I think so. Lou Williams obviously gets it. His stats look like he is a franchise player. He averaged 22.6 points, 5.3 assists, 2.5 rebounds while shooting 44% from the field and 36% from the three-point line. Now, Fred VanVleet is the only player from the nominees who didn't get starter quality minutes. So hats off for Fred VanVleet being one of the candidates. Now we got Defensive Player of the Year award. The candidates are Rudy Gobert, Anthony Davis, and Joel Embiid. So, Rudy Gobert averaged 2.3 blocks, 0.8 steals, had a 99 defensive rating, and a 45.4 defensive field goal percentage. Now, what I feel is very underrated about Rudy Gobert is that his defense was actually pivotal in helping the Jazz string a playoff spot. So now we got Anthony Davis, who averaged 2.6 blocks, 1.5 steals, 103 defensive rating, and 39.6% defensive field goal percentage. He took on a crazy load in the second half of the season after DeMarcus Cousins got injured, so you really got to give your hats off to him. He carried his load offensively and defensively, but unfortunately, we're only looking at defensively here, so his offense is irrelevant here, unfortunately. Last, we got Joel Embiid, who averaged 1.8 blocks, 0.6 steals, 100 defensive rating, and 40.9% defensive field goal. Joel Embiid, I don't think he has a chance at Defensive Player of the Year. It is clearly between Rudy Gobert and Anthony Davis, and I personally I'm giving it to Rudy Gobert. He averaged 2.3 blocks. He had a 99 defensive rating. His defense definitely, most definitely helped the Jazz string a playoff spot. And I think he should be awarded for this. Now, who do I think the NBA is going to give it to? I think they are giving it to Rudy Gobert. I've seen a lot of analysts talk highly of Rudy Gobert. And I think he's just getting the award this year. Now, it's kind of odd that I'm doing MVP second last. I'm definitely saving Rookie of the Year for last. So, here are the MVP candidates. LeBron James, who averaged 27.5 points per game, 9.1 assists, and 8.6 rebounds. Anthony Davis, who averaged 28.1 points per game, 11.1 rebounds per game, 2.3 assists, 1.5 steals, and 3 blocks a game. Then we got James Harden, who averaged 30.4 points per game, 5.4 rebounds per game, 8.8 assists, 2 steals, and 0.7 blocks. Now, MVP definitely is obviously one of the weirdest awards we've been giving in the past years, because we had Russell Westbrook win it last year and he averaged a triple-double. So that's the reason why people gave it to him. This year he averaged a triple-double and now he's not even in talks. It's also kind of weird because James Harden nearly averaged a triple-double last year and people weren't willing to give it to him. So I don't know. I don't know what the criteria is for MVP anymore, because now we have LeBron James, who's nearly averaging a triple-double, and he was the 5th or 4th seed. I can't remember. And we have James Harden, who didn't even average a double-double, and he finished first in the West. And now people are saying, yeah, he helped his team win. He had the best record in the NBA. He deserves it. But that wasn't the case last year when he finished second in the West, I believe, and Westbrook finished 6th. What are the criteria here? Anyway, let's just get to it. Now, as I said, LeBron averaged 27, 9, and 9. LeBron had to carry a load this year. This was the first time he played without Kyrie Irving in years. And he still made it to the playoffs with that trash-ass Cavs team. They finished 4th. LeBron still got to 50 wins. If you ask me, LeBron is the MVP every single year, but we know the NBA doesn't work like that. And Anthony Davis, who averaged 28.1, 11 rebounds, 2 steals, 3 blocks. My hats definitely go off to Anthony Davis as well. Anthony Davis stepped up since the DeMarcus Cousins injury. The Pelicans were 27 and 21 before the injury. And then they turned to 21 and 13 after the injury, and New Orleans finished 6th. So shouts out to Anthony Davis again for carrying the load. Last, we got James Harden, who averaged 30.4 points per game, 5 rebounds per game, 9 assists, blah, blah, blah. He finished first in the West. He had the best record in the NBA. And the narrative this year is that he started playing defense, but in all realness, James Harden has always been playing defense. He's just an average defender. He just has bad moments. People like to say he's a bad defender. James Harden is not a bad defender. Get that narrative out of here. So who wins MVP this year? I think it's James Harden. The only reason why I think James Harden wins it this year is because he got robbed last year and arguably robbed in 2015. So I'm giving it to James Harden this year. Who do I think the NBA is going to give it to? It's going to be James Harden as well, of course. I think the NBA just owes him one. As simple as that. They owe him one. They owe him an MVP award. Lastly, we got NBA Rookie of the Year. The candidates are Ben Simmons, Donovan Mitchell, and Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum, shouts out to you. You definitely had a good rookie season. In other years, you probably would have won it. This year, you're not in the race. Jason Tatum averaged 13.9 points, 5 rebounds, 1.6 assists, averaged 48% field goal percentage, shot 83% from the line, which is really good as a rookie. Got Donovan Mitchell, who averaged 20.5 points per game, 4 assists, 4 rebounds, 2 steals, shot 44% from the field. Donovan Mitchell definitely, most definitely would have won Rookie of the Year in any year given. And it's just unfortunate that he has to go up against generational talent in Ben Simmons this year. So, Unless they're giving Cole MVP. I don't think they will, but it's going to be a tough one. Now we got Ben Simmons, who averaged 16 points per game, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals, and shot 55% from the field. And shot 56% from the line, just so I stay unbiased. Now Ben Simmons is remarkable talent. He is generational talent. It will be rare to find another Ben Simmons. He's the baby LeBron James of the next era. It's the best way to put it. So who do I think wins Rookie of the Year? I think Ben Simmons gets it. I do definitely think it's a close race, and if Ben Simmons doesn't get it by himself, then there will be co-MVPs this year. Now, don't get me wrong, I do think Donovan Mitchell deserves it as well. But I think Ben Simmons had more impact to his team than Donovan Mitchell did. And you guys are going to call me crazy. I understand that Donovan Mitchell led his team to the playoff spot, but you have to remember that Donovan Mitchell is probably playing with Defensive Player of the Year Rudy Gobert. And I feel like people just disrespect Rudy Gobert in that sense, like he just wasn't a factor on the Utah Jazz team. And I don't want you guys to even call me a hater because I called Donovan Mitchell out. I said he was the sleeper of the NBA draft. There's videos, there's evidence. Go look at my old videos. Do not even dare to comment that. So what does that mean? I am a fan of Donovan Mitchell, but I don't think he deserves Rookie of the Year. I do believe Ben Simmons wins it. If you enjoyed the video, like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. Now, granted that I am uploading this video pretty late, we're going to see if I'm right. Leave a comment below. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Let me know. And I'm out of here, man.